Hi guys. If you hear a little clicking in the background, Jamie's on the computer. What time is it now, honey?
It's 12:36, baby.
It's 12:36 in the night, and our plan was to go to bed early and get up at like 6, and hopefully we still can. Because tomorrow is our first day trip that we're going to share with you. But we both woke up in the middle of the night, probably 11 o'clock or so. And oftentimes we do that, and then we can't go back to sleep. But there is a reason behind it. And I want to do a video on our shadow self, because a lot of times when people are down, and it doesn't matter, you can be a person that has a beautiful home and a very functional family, or everything, it seems like it's perfect. By the way, this is our Christmas tree. And it's dark in the house, so we do now have a small amount of electricity that allows us to have a computer and a Christmas tree, which is really nice. And we have some lights and stuff now. But what I mean by our shadow self is a lot of times we have parts of ourselves that mostly are hidden from the outside world, and mostly they're parts of ourselves we don't really like. And we may even refuse to believe that those parts of ourselves exist. And oftentimes they are darker sides of ourselves. Usually, like with Jamie and I, we both have PTSD from past experiences. And you can get PTSD from abuse, neglect, war. You know, any kind of trauma can cause PTSD. And I kind of like the saying, it's not a good saying, because we wish that there was nothing like this in the world, but hurt people hurt other people. And a lot of times, this shadow self is a part of you that is in pain. It hurts. It hurts to admit it's there, and so we pretend it's not. And we don't deal with it. And it can follow us through life. And if we don't address the shadow self, that darkest part of ourself, that hurting part of ourself, we will intend hurt other people. And a lot of times it's people we love, our children, our family, siblings. And sometimes it's hidden and it'll jump out in the oddest times. And
Don't forget your spouse, too.
your spouse, you abuse your spouse. It'll jump out at the oddest times and lash out. Just being completely transparent and vulnerable. For me, I spent my entire teen years, essentially, from 13 to 34, in a really, really painful situation. And it filled me full of anger and confusion. And on the inside and on the outside, I'm a very loving, compassionate person. I love deeply. But at the oddest times, I could just lash out, and this shadow self would just jump out in anger, and could say some really harsh things or be mad about something that's, hindsight is so silly. And it's taken me a long time to realize that through that I hurt people. And I'm just being completely open and vulnerable, you know. But I have to venture and say that probably a lot of people, I would say most people, have something that would give them night tremors. Jamie and I both will wake in the middle of the night. And sometimes when I wake up, you know, when I'm asleep, I'm sleeping, I'm so peaceful. I feel like I'm just in a really comfortable place. And it's like the second that I wake up, it's like I've been thrown down in a well of some kind of trauma. It's like a flashback, you know, and I think of things I've done, things I've said, you know, things I've lost, people maybe I've hurt. And sometimes, you know, it can be turned the other way around. I can wake up and I feel like I've been thrown down in a well, and it's like, why did they do me that way? Why did I have to go through that? Why did I suffer this? What about me caused me to have to suffer this way? Blah, blah, blah. When it's all said and done, everybody hurts. Everybody hurts, and everybody hurts somebody else. And the way we heal from that is by stopping that flow and reversing it. Let's turn it around. Let's stop being hurt people that hurt other people into being healing people that are helping heal other people. And I have a particular person on my mind, and I don't want to give her name, but she's an elderly homeless woman. And I don't know a whole lot about her, but I know that I think her husband left her when she was like 21, and I don't think she has children. She has some family that live in a distant city that don't contact her. And she lives in an abandoned trailer. And she's got some pets, and she takes good care of her pets, and she walks around town with a little shopping cart and goes and buys. I guess she's on government assistance or whatever, but she goes out and she gets what she needs. But there's hardly a day passes that I don't think about her. And I think of how much she's lost, and how much she hurts, and how alone she is, and how desperate she may feel at times. I know the trailer she lives in, the abandoned trailer she lives in, it doesn't have any electricity or water. And I don't know what kind of heat, if any, that she has. And on really, really cold nights, I think about her. And I know she's got her pets to cuddle up with. And if I see her in town, I ask her how she is and how she's doing. And she tries so hard to be cheerful. And I think about her and I think about how blessed I am. And I may wake up in the middle of the night and I might think, oh my God, I've just lost so much. But then I think about others that have lost more. And if I could say anything, it would be, if you've been blessed enough that you never wake up in the middle of the night with some sort of nightmare or tremor. Me and Jamie both do it. We both wake up in the middle of the night with some sort of nightmare or PTSD episode of things we've suffered in the past. But if you're a person that's blessed and you don't have anything to regret, I don't see how that could possibly be possible. Whether you hurt somebody or they hurt you. Just remember, there's somebody that's hurting worse. And tomorrow, this is the main thing to remember. Tomorrow is a new day. And instead of regretting the past and living in the past, think about the future. Get up in the morning and do something good for somebody else. Get up in the morning and think happy thoughts. Find something to rejoice in. And find somebody you can hug. Find somebody you can love. Find somebody that has less than you and give them something. Be considerate, be kind and compassionate. And, you know, I believe in karma, and what goes around comes around. And I am, for one person, you know, that old saying, what goes around comes around. Sometimes it's like flushing the toilet. What goes around and comes around is just a bunch of shit. And excuse my French, this is not made for children. But we need to stop stirring the shit. We need to stop passing out to others what we think we have a right to pass out to. We need to start finding good things in this world. Good things to pass around. You know, I've got this Christmas tree. Not too long ago, I lost, through an unfortunate event, almost all of my heritage Christmas ornaments that I had. I've got a few. But I started buying them back, a few at a time, you know, $1 here, $1 there, until I finally got a Christmas tree that came from one of the dollar stores, and we put it up. And let's be of good cheer. Let's find something to be happy about in the morning. And if you're a happy person and you don't live with trauma, be really thankful and find somebody to help. Spread that cheer. And if you're a person that wakes up in the middle of the night with some sort of nightmare or some sort of desperation, just remember, if you've done bad things in the past, or if you've had bad things done to you, tomorrow is a new day and you can find something good to do. Find something sweet to do. Find something that will help somebody else, and maybe we can reverse this flow of negativity. If everybody got out of the bed and thought to themselves, what can I do for somebody else today? How different this world would be. Alright guys, so we are going to get up in the morning. It's a brand new day. We're going to be happy. We're going to do something grand. And I hope you have a good evening. I hope you have a good Christmas. I hope you have a good year coming up. Make the most of it. And try to put a smile on somebody's face. Night, y'all.